I didn't make a video yesterday just because not an awful lot happened yesterday, so I didn't see any point in documenting nothing, so I didn't bother making my daily video yesterday. So today, well, different day today. I'm on the way out to Shrivenham, which is about a 10-15 minute drive from here, pretty much where I live. I've got my magnet fishing gear with me. I've got my cameras this time. I'm going to be throwing the magnet and the camera in a lake which is out near Shrivenham. Yeah, right, this is kind of one of the lakes which I was talking about. You can't see it, you might just be able, if I move over this way, but that's beautiful, and there's a lovely white bridge down. I'm going to have a look at that in a while. But through the gap across the water, you might just be able to make it out. There's a lovely house there. I think there's some links back to Thomas Becket, going back several hundreds of years, and I've not been inside that building. It's really nice, apparently. It's a library now. But further to the left hand side, there's something called there, what we used to call the China House. It's all behind the wire fence, so you can't get to it, which is a shame, because I'd love to show you that. Yeah, just down by the China House, below it, because it's kind of like raised up, there's some caverns and some it's one thing or another, some caves or whatever else. Anyway, it's a lovely scene. I'm very glad to say that I've pretty much got this place for myself. Not sure whether people have actually stuck a magnet in there. I'm going to do that with a camera. I'm not sure how deep it is. By the look of it, not that deep at all, and it looks quite muddy as well. Right, we just putting the apparatus together. I'm just making sure that the camera is going to be filming the magnets. Make sure it's all locked down nice and tight. There we go, so it doesn't move at all. I think that's probably about as much as I can do on that one. Right, okay, let's give it a go, people. I haven't got a clue what we're going to see. Hopefully we'll see something interesting. Let's just throw it in. So I don't know how deep it is down there. I don't think it's massively deep. But you just never know what you're going to pull out. Well, that's about a load of mud, really. Huh. Never mind. Keep going. Let's get that weed off of there. There's a lot of weed down there, I think. A lot of weed. So I'm fairly well sheltered here from the wind, so it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, which I'm glad about. There's a lot of mud down there. There's an old fishing hook, I think. Yeah, this is quite a good lake to fish. I think there's some nice fish in there somewhere. Yeah, it's quite big. It's quite big. It's not very wide, but it's very long. It's very long. I remember about 30 years ago, I think it must have been about 30 years ago, they got the JCB in here and they were digging it out, to make it deeper and wider. And then there was a fishing club, I think, which fish here. So there's no one here today. Anything in the bottom there? Oh, I found something. Not sure what that is. Okay, it's just yeah, it was a nut and a bolt. Let's just throw it over there again. Yeah, just drop it back. There we go. Right, going to sort of move location. This is oh, White Bridge. This has been here for donkey's years, absolutely, as long as I can remember, this bridge here. Right, so that's where I was over there, sort of around the corner. Obviously going to relocate myself. It's a lovely lake down there. It's a lovely picture. And the China House is that building up there. Okay, that's the building, that's the China House. And around the other side, kind of carved into the stonework, some caves or some caverns. Obviously we can't get to it because of you know, we can't get in, so we're not even going to bother trying, which is a shame, really, because this is all part of my kind of growing up, as it were. Years ago I used to be able to get in there and walk around, but I think it was about the mid to late 80s they started to clamp down on security, and they decided to fence it all off, which is a great shame, really, because it was a nice place to go and have a walk around. Anyway, we're going to go down this way. We get a better view, I think, of the house, Beckett House as we called it, and also China House as well. So it opens up into a lake, and there we go. And you can't see it very well, I don't think, but just over there, inset into the stonework, go some caverns that go underneath that building. I got an idea they might have blocked it off now. Yeah, it's lovely, really nice. Very nice place. Right, okay, we just moved slightly. We were down there just now. I've just walked through, and the pathway up there, that leads to Shrivenham, my old village where I used to live years ago before I got married. I left in 1987. It seems a long time ago now. That's because it is a long time ago. Anyway, head on down this way. Now this is quite a shame, because you used to be able to get all the way through. Unfortunately, we can't do it now because of the fence. Right, it's Beckett Lake down there, and that's the China House over there with the caverns. It's pretty difficult to get to them. I'm not sure how I would go about doing that. I kind of want to get down there, really, but it might be a bit difficult to do, I think. Yeah, somehow you got to try and get down there, and that's a 15-foot drop down there, that is. There's no real way of getting down there without falling and hurting yourself. Unless you kind of like jumped onto a branch or something and then sort of made your way down. Not sort of really willing to do that. Not at age 55. Age of 15 I might have done it. Yeah, so there's no real way of getting over there. Once you get over there, of course, you've got to try and get yourself back again, which could be a bit of a challenge. Anyway, I just thought I'd take this opportunity to sort of show you around. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a shame they just made it kind of inaccessible really to the public. Now I wouldn't be surprised if some security come up and kind of ask me what I'm doing, and maybe they might even escort me off the premises, because it is a bit suspicious. If they see someone throwing something into a lake, there's a good chance that I would be shown the door, I think. Anyway, let's carry on. I'll hide myself behind this tree, then I'll throw my magnet in the water over there, see if we can drag something out. Right, once again, get this thing set up, tighten him up, lock him down where I want it to be. That's about right, I think. Right, okay. Gonna be a bit stealthy here. I'm going to throw it in, but hid behind the tree because I don't really want anyone looking out of that building over there and calling the security. So here we go. Let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl and see what happens. You never know. We might get lucky here. I doubt it, but you just never know. I don't think this place is as old as obviously the River Thames, and it's not as accessible as the River Thames, so it's probably, if there's something in there, it might be worth pulling out. Just say you just never know what you might find. I think the River Thames is more exciting. It's certainly a lot cleaner than lakes. Lakes you tend to get an awful lot more weed, just rubbish really in general. So yeah, nothing. Yeah, it's just absolutely nothing there really. But it's just nice to get out. It's just nice to get out of the house and be in a nice place and breathe some fresh air. And just chance my arm and see if I can latch on to something. Yeah, I think Lechlade was exciting. Rivers are old rivers, especially the River Thames. I mean, it was used as dumping grounds for many years ago, and the amount of stuff I was pulling out the other day, I was putting all sorts out there, but mostly it was nails and nuts and screws and things, which just make you wonder whereabouts they all come from. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, nothing much really. Right. Let's go for a nice little walk, shall we? Just see what we can see, bring it back a few memories. So I like doing this from time to time. As I say, I've not been around here for best part of 7 years, gotta be, I think, and it's grown quite nicely. Yeah, it's become very mature now. Lovely trees, beautiful scene, lovely lake. There are some nice fish in there. I've not spotted any. I'm not sure whether the camera is going to pick any up at all. It's very muddy down there. But there are some big fish in there, just because the lakes were stocked many years ago, 40, 50 years ago. And I think there's probably some nice carp in there, and tench, pike. Yeah, some nice fish that give you a bit of a fight, I'd have thought. There's a heron over there, sat on a log. I'll try and get a bit closer, but I don't think it'll probably fly off if I get too close. There he is, look. Probably get a bit nervous now, I think. Yeah, here he goes, look. Just flown off. Yeah, we're heading off home now. I'm gonna get myself back and make some food at some point. Gonna have a nice cup of tea. I'm gonna download the footage from Magnet Cam, which I've named it. See what we've got, but I don't think we see much at all, apart from a lot of weed and a lot of mud probably. Yeah, I didn't pull nothing out of the river. I didn't go anywhere else, but it was nice just to go back there, have a walk around, and just see how the place is. Yeah, it was a shame I couldn't get around to Beckett House and there's a place called China House. Yeah, so you know, it was a nice place to go and visit.